So free agency and all that was a long time ago, and therefore, it feels like some of the stories that happened at the very beginning of free agency were ages ago, especially when we haven't actually seen them play out on the court. But one of the most fascinating stories of the WNBA season will be how the Aces do without Kelsey Plum and how Kelsey Plum does without the Aces. Now, the Aces did get Jewel Lloyd in her place, another proven player in the league. So, in a sense, that was a one-to-one swap. But with Plum, I said at the beginning, I thought it was a good move for her career and her profile. Because with the Aces, and this is no disrespect to anybody, it just is what it is, she was never going to be beyond Asia Wilson when it comes to being the face or standing out as the face or the measuring stick of the franchise, because Asia Wilson MVP and all that. And then there were other, really good players on that team. And Kelsey Plum was sort of, as much as she was an all-star, was more of a high-level role player on that team versus the star of the team. Now that she goes to the Los Angeles Sparks, she's the star of that team. I mean, you got Cameron Brink and everything, but Brink is coming back from injury and, of course, isn't proven like Kelsey Plum. And the Sparks traded star-level asset, in that draft pick to get Kelsey Plum. And I do think it's going to be good for Plum's career. Now, depending on how she backs it up. I mean, she has to play at a very high level, but she's going to have the ball in her hands a lot more. It's going to be her team. And if she balls out, all of a sudden, she, ascends to another level because she's already one of the most recognizable figures in the league. But if she's able to back that up with her game in the LA market as the face of the team, her status elevates. Anyhow, Asia Wilson talked about Plum's departure today from Aces camp, and I think these comments are going to cause some waves a little bit. Now, I'll explain to you why in a second. I don't know if she necessarily said anything wrong, but there was one word in there that makes them stick out.
I mean, a process is just like anyone else. It is what it is. It's a business. People want to work on their brand, new journeys, new stories, and I love that for her. And I'm glad that she's in a space that she's happy, healthy, and thriving in that. But at the end of the day, I can't really worry about that anymore. I got to worry about what's in this locker room and what we have going on, and that's what we continue to do is build on one another and grow and help us get to our goals.
Now, she's right. She can't worry about that. She's right to state that. Then no qualms with that. She wished Kelsey Plum well. Also, no qualms with that. In fact, I don't necessarily have any qualms with anything she said. But from that specific soundbite, the one thing that's going to stand out to people is the brand. She build her brand. And people are going to take that as shade, perhaps, of Kelsey Plum made this move for brand's sake, not for championship's sake, not for winning's sake. Now, I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's how Asia meant to put it across or get it across, but it was the first words from those sentence, and the brand emphasis stands out about the soundbite. So I can already see people reacting to it. Again, I don't have any issues specifically with what Asia said necessarily, because I don't think she meant anything or meant any ill will by it. But the brand part of it is going to be what sticks with people. But she's not wrong, because Kelsey Plum, I just talked about it for her profile and everything. So in a sense, it is good for her brand. I just don't know, when your former teammate leads with that, when you won championships together, if, it's going to stir up some debate. That's all I'm going to say.